town. I'm going solo today. Do have the camper on the back, and my goal today is to get up past Leadville so I can find a place to camp, get up early tomorrow morning, and see if I can't make my way to the top of Mount Elbert. Mount Elbert is one of the Colorado 14ers. It was one of the 53 peaks. May vary a little depending on who you're asking, but they're over 14,000 feet above sea level. And in fact, Mount Elbert is the highest of all of them. It's the highest point in Colorado, and the second highest point in the 48 states, the highest being Mount Whitney. So that'll be a good challenge. It's really a hike up, although we'll see how much snow is up there. It might be a bit of a challenge. So first challenge today is going to be get out of Denver, which I've just done, and pay attention to what I'm doing here on the drive. But I'm going to get out of Denver and head up Interstate 70. I have to go over the Continental Divide at the tunnels, Eisenhower tunnels, and then I can head my way up into Leadville and find a place to camp for the night. Just hoping to basically do a little boondocking, a little dispersed camping off the main road that goes up to the trailhead. And that'll be my first challenge, especially with a fair amount of traffic coming out of town here and a nice weekend coming up. It could be pretty busy up there, but hopefully I got a bit of a jump on it. I don't need anything fancy, really just a place to park the car for the night, reasonably level so I can climb in back, have a little food, and relax for a little bit tonight, and hopefully fall asleep early to get up early. So we'll see how I do up there with the camping. Check in later. Well, I made it over the pass and through the Eisenhower tunnel. That's always a fun drive. That's sarcasm. Just a lot of traffic. It's really not too bad. You know, it's steep and it's getting up at altitude, but it's the semi-trucks should be coming along, and then there'll be one trying to pass another, and next thing you know, you're going 30 miles an hour crawling along, and traffic's backed up. And anyway, we managed to get through that. Feels good to be off the freeway now. I'm off of I-70 and making my way up to Leadville. More high altitude driving here, but at least it's off the freeway. It's a lot prettier, and there's some nice passing lanes for me to get out of people's way, as I'm not in a big hurry here. And I'm just going to enjoy this part of the drive. Not too much longer, I'll be cruising into Leadville and grab something to eat for dinner. Leadville is over 10,000 feet high in elevation. It's a cool little town. I'd love to be able to spend some time here. Some neat looking bars downtown, but Steph's not here, which makes it not as fun, and I need to get out and find some dispersed camping. It is Friday night, and people coming up out of Denver. Things have been very busy lately, I hear. So I just want to get out and settle in. But first, I'm going to drop right back behind me and grab a quick sandwich at the local Subway here. Not the most exciting thing, but quick, efficient, and I'm trying to keep this trip fairly simple. Still quite a bit of snow in these mountains up here. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay up there. Yeah, we'll see. That's definitely a lot of snow. Of course, we're looking at the north side of the mountain, I think. And I've still got about 10 miles to go to the trailhead. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way to the trailhead or not. It'd be nice to get up there, at least get a look at where the trailhead is. And actually, I understand you can't get all the way to the trailhead right now. There's some road maintenance going on, so they've got the road blocked off about a mile before the trailhead. So yay, an extra couple miles of hiking for this particular peak. But it'd be nice to get up there and kind of at least see what it looks like for parking, because I'll be probably in the dark tomorrow when I get up there. and then maybe come back and find a campsite. But we'll just have to see how many campsites there are. If the pickings are slim, I'll just find a place to camp and figure it out in the morning. So I made it up here. I'm very close to the Mount Elbert trailhead, and about 3/10 of a mile up the road here is where it's currently blocked off. It's another mile to the trailhead, but there's parking up there, and I'm very close. I got a chance to go scope it out. I'm guessing there'll be plenty of parking for tomorrow morning if I get there early enough. Excuse my breathing. Air's a bit thin up here. We're about 10,000 feet, and even though I'm living in Denver at that altitude, this is almost twice that height, so still feels a little bit thin. So it was a good drive up here from Leadville. This road was very easy, just a dirt road. You could take anything up here, really. I did find a nice campsite. There's a few up here. I would say this place is probably 75-80% full. But this is right off the road. It'll be really easy for me in the morning. As you can see, it is right off the road here. So there will be maybe a bit of noise tonight, maybe also first thing in the morning when traffic starts to come up to the trailhead. That'll just encourage me to get up early and get moving, which I really need to do. So my goal is to be on the trail by 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, certainly no later than that. One of the main reasons for that is the warmer temperatures. I'm expecting to be a bit of snow up there. It'd be nice to going up before the snow gets too soft, so I'm not post-holing as much, digging in and having to struggle as much in the snow. The other reason is because, if you may have heard behind me, I'm not sure if I caught it or not, but there's thunderstorms, and that's really common this time of year. You really want to be off the mountain, or at least below the tree line by 2 in the afternoon or so. And sure enough, tomorrow's prediction is 3 o'clock. Scattered thunderstorms start to move in. So I'll start off at 5. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to get up there. It's going to be about a 5.5 mile trip up, including the extra distance on the road and that much down again. So a few hours going up, a couple hours coming down, and then hopefully get off the mountain before these thunderstorms start. This is certainly a pretty sight. There's a river behind me down here I can hear, even though I'm a little ways from it, close to the road here. And a few other folks camp down the hill. Again, I'm up here close to the road, so hopefully I won't bother them too much when I get up early in the morning. It was getting a bit buggy out there. The mosquitoes are coming out. It's that time of night. It also doesn't help that we just got a little bit of a sprinkle there, which of course encourages them to come out. I can hear a few bits of thunder off in the distance. Saw a couple little flashes, and hopefully we'll be off the mountain tomorrow before any of that starts up. And most of the 14ers aren't technical. Most of them are just very steep hikes, and Mount Elbert here is no exception. Mount Elbert is the highest point in Colorado. It's the second highest point in the 48 states, behind Mount Whitney. And like I say, it's just going to be really a steep hike. So we'll go up through the tree lines. We'll get above the tree line. We'll be in the rocky area up there. There'll definitely be some snow up there. I'm not sure how much I'll have to plod through, but hopefully it won't be too bad. It'll be either melted or, if I get up there early enough, it'll still be fairly firm and easy to walk on. Coming down could be a little different challenge. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just need to get a decent night's sleep, get up early, hit the trail, and enjoy the day. See you there.
Morning. It's too early. Didn't sleep particularly well last night. I think it's the altitude. Woke up several times. But it's 20 minutes to 4. I can hear a few cars going by, so I think it's time just to get up, and get moving and start on things and make sure I can get a spot up here in the parking lot. But first, some coffee.
So I got a good start this morning. I snagged one of the last parking spots. That area where they've got the road blocked off is a little smaller than the normal trailhead parking lot. So I was happy to get that, especially with the truck. But got on the trail a little before 4:30, hiking up in the dark with the headlamp. And now it's getting light enough I don't need the headlamp. The sunrise is looking beautiful through the trees out here. Next stop will be to get up to the tree line. A few folks out on the trail I've seen. Some young folks just passed me. No surprise there. Good for them. And I'm just enjoying my morning so far. About an hour and 43 minutes into the hike. According to the watch, says I've gone a little over 3.5 miles. According to that, it's about 2 miles to go. Looks like more than that to me, to the summit that is. And so I've gained about 1,450 feet of elevation. So, beautiful morning though. No wind, blue skies, nice trail, and a lot of mosquitoes. Incentive to keep moving. I think I'll finish up my drink and back on the trail. I finally left the tree line behind me, and over my shoulder up here is the summit ridge, so I'll just have to climb up to that. Not much of a ridge, more of a rolling slope. Looks like there's maybe some switchbacks up ahead where it's a lot steeper again, but this is a beautiful view up here. I can see down into the valley, see over to Leadville, and the sun's come up from the mountains behind me over there, and a bit more breeze. Not sure if you can hear this over the wind noise, but it actually feels kind of good right now after sweating up through the trees, and it's keeping any mosquitoes away. At least I didn't manage to make it up this high. So time for another drink of water, and I'm going to keep plodding along. So according to my GPS, I am at 12,560 feet, which still seems like I've come a long ways, but it still means I've got nearly 2,000 feet to go to get up to the summit, 13,000 feet. And with that in mind, I better get moving again. Feet of vertical to go, and it's not that far, almost
higher, the views get more spectacular, but the wind also gets higher. So right now, it's this last little climb to the summit. That last section was probably the steepest and the hardest so far. Well, I made it to the summit, and it was a long slog today. It took me about 5 hours from the time I left, just before 4:30, until I got up here just before 9:30 in the morning. The good news is, getting up here early, there's a few people up here, but not really crowded at all. And I should be off of here in plenty of time to beat any thunderstorms that are going to come along. I'm going to enjoy myself a little bit, maybe take about a half an hour up here and eat some lunch, or maybe early lunch, brunch. I'm having brunch on Mount Elbert. And yeah, just kind of watch some of these clouds build around me a little bit, a few cumulus off in the distance, but right now directly above me there is nothing. Nothing but blue sky and sunshine. And on top of that, the wind up here has died on the summit. I guess it's not being funneled down through the valleys. So it's a beautiful day up here. So I'm on my way down from the summit, and just taking a look around. These are the kind of things you have to look out for when doing 14ers in Colorado. Some of those have some pretty good vertical development. They look like early thunderstorms. The weather forecast was for, I think, 35% chance of thunderstorms starting around 2 or 3 o'clock. So looks like they're probably not far off, and a good reason to get down off this mountain. I've made it back down to the tree line. My goal today was to get up to the summit by 10 o'clock and then be off the mountain and back to the tree line by about noon. And it's a good thing, because looking around here, these thunderclouds are definitely starting to build. There's some in the distance that look like they're probably producing lightning already. I got up to the top a little sooner than I planned, which was a good thing, because it took me a little longer to get off than I planned. Had a little bit of margin on each, so that worked out just fine. But I'm going to head back down through the trees now. I stopped to take a short break here and grab a snack and some water. Once I get into the trees, the mosquitoes get a lot worse and there's no breeze, so I'll do that here, and hopefully my next real stop will be back at the camper, and we'll be ready to maybe clean up a little bit, grab a snack, and head on home. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you liked the climb. Please check back again as we have more adventures and more 14ers on Venture Out There. Take care, everybody.